Okay. Today we're taking a look at the Nike Adapt BB. So first things first, getting into the box. This box is absolutely huge, and on this side you've got the size tag right here. It says Earl right here, and it's in a matte black finish. And the entire box has a bluish black sleeve on it that I'll take off in a second. On the side of it, you've got that two lights like on the side of the shoe. That's been in a lot of the advertising for it. Same thing here. And on the top it says Nike Adapt Earl BB with a swoosh, if that's in frame. Let me take this off. So getting onto the actual box, this side and this side are the same because I was not covered by the sleeve, but the sides are the same as the sleeve with the dots on it. But the top has a gloss black swoosh with the Earl Adapt BB. In order to open the box, there's two slot things right here. You pull it out like that. Once the tabs have been pulled, you're able to pull the top off the box entirely and it will reveal the shoes. And there they are. So the shoes come individually wrapped in this swoosh branded paper. This is pretty much normal shoebox paper. And here are the shoes, but there's still more to unbox. Got the wireless charging pad right here. This plastic piece just lifts off. And here's the pad. You can see there's two glossy circles with a swoosh in the middle, and these are like pressed into it. You can feel them. The rear side, it's branded with the Nike stuff. Underneath it, in this sort of tinfoil looking bag, I believe is the charger. So there's a swoosh on the front of it, and inside you've got a micro USB to USB 2, and then a non-branded, just black charger piece right here. Here you can see there's the manual at the bottom. It says Nike Adapt Earl BB, and then Nike.com/Earl, which is pretty much every different language explaining safety stuff and how to use it. So let's get into the overview of the shoe. So now I've got the charge pad plugged in, and here's the shoe. And once I put it on one of the two circles, it gets lit up, and or it should get lit up here. There we go. So it's telling you how charged it is. It's sort of, I think it's flashing, green being the highest, and yellow being middle, and red being out of charge. Moving on to the actual shoe itself, you've got the two lights right here. They're actually buttons in order to tighten and untighten. I'll get into that later. They have a little piece of plastic over it, like when you get a new appliance. The heel part also is another piece of black plastic with a glossy piece of plastic you peel off. So the side of the shoe and the majority of the shoe is this really weird material I've never felt before from Nike. It's sort of like a Flyknit material that's translucent, as you can see. It's like a mesh. And then there's also another layer underneath that. The toe box is a reinforced version of that material. It's thicker and not translucent as far as I can tell. Right here is a bit of a controversial piece that some people like, some people hate. How the Nike swoosh has another one inside of it. I think it's an interesting design and I kind of like it. Moving to the back of the Nike swoosh, you've got these dots. The overall aesthetic of the Hyperadapt is just dots everywhere, so that sort of ties into the design. On the heel, this is a rigid piece right here, and I believe right here is where it tightens down on the heel as well as the laces. Unfortunately, there's no pull tab for whatever reason, and you've got a very nice sock liner. This is not like the rough Jordan 1 sock liner. Right here, you've got a stretching material that keeps this sort of sheath over the whole shoe on. And you've got the front pull tab right here with these embroidered dots that get smaller progressively. And this sort of goes down the whole lace area. I can feel the auto lacing pieces. If I'll show the design on screen. And the shoe trees of this shoe are really nice quality, just like Jordan 11s. You got, if you can see that, these 4 dots on it, tying in the dot design. So I'll take the insole out. Just a really nice high quality thick plastic one. And there's another one inside as well. It's got a swoosh on it. Moving to the insole. Let me see if I can remove the insole. Yep. It's this really cool design here. Oh, there it's charging. It's got a quarter of it or a third of it is this black, and you got the blue with all these different colors. These are all the different colors that you can change these lights to. And then I believe, oh, it's L for left because, well, this is the, is this the, oh, that's the left shoe, yeah, it is. So L for left, this is what it looks like on the app when you slide it up and down to tighten and loosen it. Moving into the inside of the shoe, you can see how translucent it is. I don't know if you can see my hand behind it, but there's that sheath. And there's also, might be tough to see, there's a little Earl tab with a sort of like radar type design. I don't know if you can see that. And behind the pull tab right here, it's blue. Moving to the midsole and outsole, it's this white sort of foamy material that you'd get on typical Nike shoes, sort of like this, not quite, I would say Zoom, but it's still pretty soft. On this side of the midsole, you've got this black glossy swoosh that's pushed into it. And all around the white midsole, you have these dots. It's like a half and half design here. And then obviously you got the 2 buttons. The outsole and a little bit of the midsole is this clear blue or icy blue sole. It's sort of got an inspired from the Air Force One, the way that it radiates out from this pressure point. And this is a new pressure point design on the outsole. It's pretty simple aside from these 2 circles, just these horizontal lines. But on the toe, there's sort of 3 dots. Okay, so here's how to set up the Adapt BBs with your phone. So I've gotten an app. It looks like this on your phone. With it's got the little Adapt shoe right there. Click on it. And once I've signed in, this is right what you get after signing in. I'll hit next. It says connect your left shoe. Place your phone near the buttons of your left shoe to connect. So I'll take the left shoe, putting it close to it. There, it's connected. So pair. Please wait. Tap the button on the left shoe to confirm. Tap the button on the shoe. All right, now it's time to take the right shoe. Take the buttons, put it next to your phone. Connecting. Pair. Tap to confirm. Press the button. Alright, now it says adjust the shoe to find your perfect fit. Your shoes will begin to adjust automatically. Don't worry, they won't get too tight. So it says put on the shoes. So it says put on your shoes. Your shoes will begin to adjust automatically. Don't worry, they won't get too tight. So I'll hit start. Adapting to your feet. Can definitely feel it getting tighter right now. Alright, now I have the option to change it. So I moved it up. It's getting tighter. So it doesn't adjust in real time when you slide it. You move it to where it wants and then it adjusts after that. So I'll just keep it at where it was. And then I'll hit next. Alright, it says adjust the right one. So I move the right up. Or I'll move it back down. And now I held done. So now on to the review portion of this shoe. Here's all the things that are included with the box, other than the box itself. I would say there's a lot of things to talk about. First things first, like I always do, the box. The box is it's really cool. Presentation is really good, but it's extremely tedious to get it back in the box. You have to wrap it around and then place the box lid back on, which is it's just kind of a weird thing, but if you're keeping the shoes, it's not a problem. One thing I will say is taking the sleeve on and off. The edges of the sleeve sort of get frayed and white because it's just a thin cardboard and it fits tightly, so trying to get it on can be struggling and you might rip the edges a little bit. Moving on from the box, here's the stuff you get. Get these two really nice shoe trees. That's the back part, that's the front part. Here's the charger and the cord. The instruction manual. Got the charge pad. And this is just a different cable. I didn't want to open this one, that doesn't come with it. And here you got the two shoes. So moving into the charge pad. I thought the whole pad was chargeable. For example, trying to put it down like this. But it's actually only these two circles, which was kind of disappointing. You have to put it right on the circle in order for it to charge. If I do it here, it's not going to work. But it's not a huge problem. It fits just right. One thing about the charge pad is that it's like extremely scuffed up. This is like exactly how it came out of the package. It looks like someone with like a bunch of salt on their shoes walked on it. I don't know what's going on with that, but it's a minor complaint because it's not something you're wearing. Putting these back on, moving into the comfort and aesthetics of the shoe. The aesthetics are pretty subjective. Looking down, it's a little basic in my opinion, but I really like the side profile, especially with the lights. I think it's a really cool look. That's just a super sick thing that they, new technology that came out. And moving into the comfort-wise, getting them on, this is pretty tedious. You can stretch it a little bit with this stretchy sort of sheath right here, and then this tab right here. But the back heel is completely rigid and there's no tabs on it, which makes it where you have to get in, sort of moving your foot side to side. That's sort of the best method I found. And the shoes fit like a sock. So if you have Prestos, for example, that's what it's gonna feel like. The insole, let me get it out for a second. The insole is super thick. It's really comfortable. No complaints with that. It fits really snug, even without tightening it down. It's a performance basketball shoe, that's to be expected. But when it does tighten down, it feels really tight. And getting it on is kind of difficult, so I would say if you want a more casual sort of lifestyle shoe, maybe half size up on these. But if you want a performance shoe, then it would be reasonable to buy in true to size. One complaint I have is I went true to size and I have wide feet. This may just be a factor of that. But when I put my foot in and it tightens down, this heel area, your bone is right here, and since the wire goes back, the heel tightens in. In walking and leaning your foot, the bone compresses right here and it's extremely sharp and painful. So I would not rock these with any tightening at all, like if I was just gonna wear them in a normal day. Aside from that, comfort, it's pretty good. It's not like hard. It's like a Jordan 1, not too comfortable, but not uncomfortable in that way. The sole is not very soft, but it's definitely not uncomfortable. Padding is good. Actually, after filming the part with the app, you are able to hold down on the colors and that will bring up a whole menu. I thought you could only tap through it, and that's just a scroll feature. One thing you can do is you can set it to automatically go to a certain place. So that's nice if you want to just pop them in and do that. But other than that, that's pretty much everything to do with the shoe. The outsole, downside of an icy sole, it's just going to get dirty and it's pretty much impossible to clean because it gets in there. That's just what happens with any icy sole though. Aside from that, that's pretty much everything. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.